Hey everyone, Takamasak here, and welcome back to Kirby Superstar! Now, there was one more order of business before we conclude this LP, and that is the Arena. A 5-star level challenge! The final challenge... Jesus Christ. His toughest battle yet, with the Pink Wonder faces his strongest enemies. So you kind of got the gist at the end of the last episode of what this is all about. So it's basically a... Well, it's not basically, it is a boss gauntlet of most of all the bosses. There are, at least I can think of one that is left out. But yeah, we'll fight most of the bosses in the game. There are 19 rounds, I believe. It always forces you into the first one. So there are all the regular bosses, and there are... Oh, Jesus, I'm getting hit already. And 2 rounds of mini-bosses and a special bonus epic boss of death, which we will see. Why did he show me his ass? Did I ever see that? I didn't even want to see that. So how I handle this is obviously I get the plasma. I choose the plasma because it has offensive and defensive uses. So unfortunately this one is also the most physically demanding because you have to shake him so much to get him going. I'm going to try to stabilize this a little bit so that doesn't look like I'm beating it or something under here. But yeah, between every round it gives you 2 randomly... Oh god, I'm fighting Meta Knight already. But it gives you 2 random abilities to choose from. So if you want to switch, you can. And it also gives you 5 of the maximum tomatoes, which can be used, obviously. Just be careful you don't pick up 2. Or you don't accidentally jump into the star, because that will throw you immediately into the next fight. I might as well switch him. You're just gonna be a douche, aren't you? Can I just nudge you ever so lovingly into that? So yeah, the bosses, there's always the same group of bosses. Oh, yeah, actually, let's just give that to him. But the order it will be different every time you go through it, so... There are only really a few that I've struggled with. Meta Knight, he is one I will probably take some hits from, but I can usually relatively get him murdered easily. I tend just to tank him because I don't have the patience to sit here and learn him. I'm taking actually way more damage from him than I normally do. Okay. Get Kirby, you friggin'... No. Oh, that was so close. I almost lost it. Oh, okay, so that, I took way more damage than I normally do. So obviously take that. You can see who's up next in the upper right corner, so at least they give you that. And I don't want to lose plasma, so I'm not even going to use a partner for most of these here. Dunk. Oh, I didn't quite get him there. So, let's charge up. Oh, I was hoping to take the waddle do out with it. God, I'm getting hit by everything. Good lord. Can I get up? Thank you. Thank you, Kerbo. Ugh. Will you die? Thank you. Okay, this is actually a little difficult to do it that way. I gotta bring it up a little higher. Alright, so... I think that's the reactor core. Nothing too challenging here. It's exactly the same as it was in the airship there. The dunk. Yeah, actually, they're all exactly the same. They haven't changed at all. Oh, no. There. So unfortunately, there's nothing I... Oh, I didn't mean to destroy that. I didn't even know you could destroy that. Itchy nose. Best time to have itchy nose directly in front of a... God, cannon. What is this, summer? I don't know why, but I like to try to kill this thing. Even though I never do. And it dies anyway. Death to itchy nose, please. So Wispy, I'm not... Is that sleep? Is that sleep or something else? I don't think it was sleep. I think it might have been another type of fighter or something. So Wispy, again, stay in the middle. If he starts spitting, you can duck, but... You can kind of show off some of the defensive capabilities here if you have the... As long as you leave the charge on, the little shots can't hurt you, like his apples, There are a few more things later that it helps out. Now, this is that little RPG game. Thankfully, it gave me Plasma Wisp here, so I could make him whatever I wanted. Or, of the two choices here, so... Dunk, and I will go back to Plasma Wisp. So, if you remember, I think it was early in the Great Cave Offensive, there was a first one of these little RPG things where it was just a slime, and then like a doll, and then the witch. That one is not included in this, so it will always be the most difficult one. Meaning with the, starting off with the witch, the Axe Knight, and the dragon there. So if you're... Oh god, does it have more... I didn't know it had more hit points of it. Oh. Oh, I thought it had only 80 when I was doing it without a partner, so maybe it actually... It does, I think it does. Oh god, I didn't know that at all. Kirby and Blade Knight are hurt, so if you can do it quickly... Ooh, look at that, 102 damage, so... Shit. Shit, shit, shit! Give me that! Thanks. So you actually don't want to be in the center here, but... Purchase it. 102 damage. Stores his energy to die! So I guess if you're gonna do this, go by yourself, because it might actually be easier. How did I only do 64 there? So I would prefer him to do this attack, because that's another thing I would be immune to, and Blade Knight actually did an amazing job at that. I don't know if Blade Knight's interfering with my attacks there, but I think he is. So okay, don't bring Blade Knight along with you. Okay, he's dead anyway. I'm gonna end up dying. Okay, hopefully he'll do his oh, okay, I can take scratching. Scratching's fine. So you're about to get murdered! Yeah, actually that is considerably easier. I think I played through this about 5 times off screen just to kind of make sure I'm not getting my butt beat the whole time and you guys see me initially do this. I mean, we have done them all before. And here is the other set of mini-bosses. Starting with the cook, who really isn't much of anything. And we have bonkers! So the good thing about the charging up the plasma, too, is you can be a considerable distance away. And they can even be off-screen. No. Okay, apparently there's a limit to that, too. But, oh, hi, Bugsy. Just jump right down in my business. But, oh, so Bugsy, I do want to kind of keep away from as much as I can. Not that he's super challenging, but... So yeah, those are kind of almost a restful one at this point. The other thing you won't see is... Let's charge up here for Fatty Whale! So the other battle you won't see is the other mini-boss battles with, like Meta Knight's goons, like the axe guy, and of course a bunch of stuff fell on my face. Ah, damn it! He doesn't usually do that one. Okay. Ugh! Whatever, I can take a shot from him. I think all the hard bosses are gone. I think so. Meta Knight and the RPG one. So, nothing I care about. I'm not worried about Dynablade at all. Let's just see what side it's coming down on here. Left side! Boot! Boot! So basically, just sit back and charge up. Spit at me all you want, bro. Okay, let's switch sides with it. With her. With it. And death to the birdo. Bitchin'. King D. I'm also not worried about. Because he's another one you can be considerably far away from and still hit. Yeah, for some reason you can kind of almost stun lock him. And from the brown poof! You can almost stun lock him because he takes... Every time he takes damage, he stops for like a whole second. Lolo and Lala, I am not worried about either. But I did notice, for whatever reason, it... Oh, Jesus. Maybe I should have been worried. But it says Lo and La La La. Is that... Why are you falling through? I'm not pressing down. I don't know why it has 3 of those in there, but... Whatever. So just gonna... Yeah, he automatically falls down. That's kind of weird. Him, and we will murder her. Surprise! Pressing a very weak brick through a hallway is not a good strategy. So let's grab this. I thought there was something interesting to say about this guy, but I don't really think so. The falling rocks can be blocked with your shield, so anytime he's doing that attack, and there's 2 different attacks he has that will do that. I think we'll see one of them. Yeah, this one, oops, fired the wrong way. So if I just keep that on, none of the rocks will hurt me at all. And then I didn't even fire it. Because why would I do that? That would be just a silly thing to do. Do this again. Nope. Ain't even trying to hit it. And kaboosh! And only one of his forms, only one of Fatty Whale's will be in here. Because he's pretty much the same. Mecha Lobster, I don't know if the first form is any different from the second form. But I'm pretty sure this is the second form. Mini Lobster! I could get it fully charged here. Nope. Oh, Heavy Lobster. I'm sorry, not Mecha Lobster. We gonna breathe fire? Stop it. I am barely out of range of that. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so the cannon... It's the only real other dangerous thing, so I'll grab one of those. I have 6 left and 2 of the super duper berries. I'll drop that right there. I don't remember if I can stay down and avoid that. It looks like I can. So I don't want to get grabby hands. And I kind of took a finger anyway. Get out of here. I don't want to get grabby hands. Poof! That's another one I go back and forth between struggling with, and I don't know why. Why would it give me attack? What would I do with attack? And here we have double whiskey. And I could duck below that, and I don't know why I would be able to do it again if I did it the first time. Oh, I guess I could just do that. And I just sit... Okay, whatever. I'll take it. Okay, this is the only other one that really I had any strategy to other than charge up and fire. So I'm going to actually ignore the first one of these. Because when you do... How many ever you kill, that is what determines when it rotates the other direction. So I'm going to intentionally skip one because you saw when I played through it in the... Milky Way Wishes, right? Yeah, at the end of Milky Way Wishes, I took damage from that one. Oh, shit, and then I didn't even kill it. Well, my strategy was sound, but the execution was just absolute balls. It's possible to dodge, it just doesn't leave you a lot of room to do so. Just gotta wait for it to be... Now, it's very hard to dodge. I'm not super worried about taking one minor shot of damage. So the only special thing about this, I said they're all in random order, with the exception of the final boss, which you could probably take a wild guess who that is going to be, and you would most likely be correct. So there's the, whatever you are, Camelio arm. Okay, I haven't even, like, you think I would actually bother to look at these, or is that Gamelio? You son of a bitch! Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Camelio arm, but I don't know why it says and he is absolutely murdered. Yeah, I can be... So this is kind of the rest period. I like that they included this. But they could have thrown in Mecha Knight's buddies, but... Just eat him. So yeah, obviously marks will be the final battle here. If you have any tomatoes, you might as well use them. So I'm pretty sure my strategy has improved quite a bit since I've... Especially with a itchy nose. I should be able to do... Shit, man. So I would go over kind of the... Make sure where these are falling. I'll just talk about that and I'm done. I just want to make sure I don't do anything stupid here. I would like walk into it. So he does... He does come down, or he spawns low enough to shoot him with this every single time. Oh, that was much better. So yeah, if I would have had plasma the first time, it would have been golden. What are you doing? Stop it. You're gonna do your... No, you're gonna do the black hole thing. Bye! Oh, you are gonna do the black hole thing! Okay. For some reason it doesn't... Doesn't suck Kirby in very well. Ugh! Gotta quit just trying for the kill. Actually, get the kill. Damn it! Stop that! I'm not right. He's got a sliver of health left. Go away. And he dies in his flashing glory. And we have done it! In 10 minutes and 36 seconds, I get the championship belt! The heavyweight championship belt of the world! And an unmarked trophy, because that is the way of things, I suppose. So, the other thing I kind of wanted to talk about is the... I just looked briefly into a video of Kirby Superstar Ultra, which, if you aren't familiar with it, it was released on the DS fairly recently. I just happened to be playing this along. I had no idea that that was actually going to be a thing. But, at least I think it was released recently. Well, whatever. But, yeah, they do have a few sections of additional bosses. The arena actually has, like, this Ultra mode, where I believe it's still the same monsters, but they're beefed up. Like, some of them, they look different, and they give a lot of them different attacks and all that stuff. And I don't know if there's any prize for beating this, like, quicker. I see something about 5 minutes. I don't know if there's, like, if I beat this one in under 5 minutes, if that's a thing that, I don't know, maybe he gets a bigger trophy or something. Or if that's only for the, no, there's something else. Only for the DS version. Oh, it's just the... Oh. Okay. But yeah, that does... Yeah, that does pretty much conclude this. I don't know why I would ever... Alright, so I don't really need to dick around in here. I thought maybe there was something special about this, but if there is, I don't remember. Oh, boss music! Yeah, good enough. This one brings back memories of, I think this was in... Yeah, that was in Kirby's Dream Course, too. I remember that music from anywhere. The horrid memories! Well, that game wasn't too bad either, but... Hopefully you guys enjoyed this playthrough of Kirby Superstar. I believe I'm out of stuff to show for it. I know that there is still the Samurai Kirby, but that's beyond my abilities. I don't have the reaction speed anymore. I tried. How many times did I try? 3 or 4 times, and I got to Meta Knight once, and I'm assuming he is the last person in the row, because I think there's 5 each time, and I can't even beat it on the easiest setting. So yeah, if you guys have any additional strategies for the arena, feel free to post it, not in the description, I keep saying in the description, but in the comment section. I see a lot of people having success with using the rock, and a little bit of people using the hammer. I didn't like the hammer because the hammer, well, both the hammer and the rock make you kind of get in close, and the rock you actually have to just sit there until they leave you alone. I think it does have a shelf life of how long you can actually sit there, but it's pretty long if it is. But I think that's all I have to say about this game. I'm not even familiar with any more Kirby games for the Super Nintendo or Nintendo, but that'll be probably later. I think it's time to move on to something else. We've been playing Kirby games for... I don't know when I started Dream Course, but it feels like it's been a while. But nonetheless, they are extremely fun. If you get a chance to play this for either the SNES or the DS there, I would strongly recommend it. Probably for the DS, I like the animation flow a little bit better. The graphics aren't like super improved, but they do look a lot nicer than the Super Nintendo. A lot is relative. But that was Kirby Superstar. I am Takamasak. Thank you guys, as always, for watching through an LP of mine, and I'll see you later.